Have you ever had that snapping sensation in your lower back when you deadlift? This is the kind of injury that can take you out of the gym for some time. Deadlift is a great exercise for building strength, but it can be risky if it's not done correctly. This is Umberto from Umaxfitness, and on this video we will talk about deadlift and the low back injury and what you can do to prevent it. First, let's talk about the truth behind the deadlift and the low back injury. Contrary to popular beliefs, deadlifting does not inherently cause low back injury. In fact, deadlifting can actually help prevent the low back pain by strengthening the muscles that support the structure of the lower back. However, when the deadlift is done with poor form, it can put excessive stress on the lower back and lead to injury. The most common mistake that leads to low back injury during the deadlift is running the low back, where lifting with the back instead of the legs. Very often this kind of injury happens during the ascending part of the deadlift, so when you move the weight off the floor towards the top, especially during heavy pulls. This setup makes the exercise easier. However, the lower back muscles have poor activation and tend to do no work at all to stabilize the spine, ending up being overstretched. A second possible scenario to lead to lower back injury during the deadlift is excessively arching the lower back. In this case, you are more likely to visit snap city while you descend, so while you lower the bar to the floor. The lower back is working far more than it can tolerate, and it is used as a prime mover, causing the strain. So what can you do to actually prevent the lower back injury during the deadlift? Well, first make sure that you actually warm up properly before you go and lift. While you deadlift, you want to minimize lower back movement, and to do that, you first need to prepare your core to brace. You can go for stability exercises like the hollow or plank to keep it simple. If you're unsure on how to brace, I got the right video for you and I'm gonna leave the link in the description area. Then you can warm up your glutes using single leg bridges. Often people use their quads during the bridges, so stay focused and pay attention on what actual muscles produce the power. Another thing you could do before getting to the barbell is trying to do some deadlift with the dumbbells. Here I'm going to show you a variation I use on my clients. This is something I often use on newbies when they struggle to generate leg drive on the deadlift. If something is off or doesn't feel right, don't get to the barbell till you fix it. Next, focus on performing the deadlift with the right form. This means keeping your back flat, engage your core, and use your glutes and legs to power the lift. This is something that requires a massive amount of concentration, as you cannot relax those muscles till the weight goes back on the floor. Avoid running your lower back or lifting with your back instead of your legs. One more thing, keep your barbell close to your legs all the time. When the weight moves away from the base, the lower back has to work harder. A simple way to learn how to do this is by adding a resistance band pulling away from you. This I'm showing you is a simple setup you can use in a commercial gym. Your job is to keep the weight back as close as possible to your legs. Push hard with your arms and pull back, activating your lats while executing the deadlift. The deadlift can be a great exercise to strengthen the lower back and prevent the lower back pain, but it's important to do it with correct form and to take the right steps to prevent the injury. If you want to improve the basics of the deadlift or you need to learn the deadlift, why don't you have a look at this video here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next